Welcome to The Explainer. So let me ask you something. What if you could sell your soul to stay young and beautiful forever? That's the terrifying question at the heart of Oscar Wilde's incredible novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray. And today, we're going to dive right into it.
I mean, just think about that for a second. A picture that takes the hit for you. It ages, it shows every one of your mistakes, every sin, while you get to walk around looking perfect forever. It sounds like the ultimate fantasy, right? But as Wilde shows us, a deal like that, well, it comes with a price that's much, much deeper than just your skin.
And this is really the core of the whole story, laid out right here. You've got the man, Dorian Gray. He's the public face, always young, always flawless, this perfect mask of innocence. But then, on the other side, you've got the portrait. It becomes his soul on a canvas. It's this grotesque, hidden record of every cruel thing he does, showing the huge gap between who we pretend to be and who we really are.
So you have to be asking, how in the world did a supernatural bargain like this even happen? Well, it all kicks off when three very, very different people come together.
Okay, so these are our three key players, and it's like a perfect storm. First, you've got Basil. He's this pure-hearted artist who basically worships Dorian's beauty. He's our moral compass. Then there's Dorian himself, absolutely gorgeous, but, super impressionable. And then the real catalyst, Lord Henry Wotton. This guy is charismatic, he's witty, and his words are like poison. He's about to change everything.
And this is the kind of stuff Lord Henry starts whispering in Dorian's ear. He's basically saying, hey, forget morality. That's just a cage. The only point of life is to chase after pleasure. I mean, it's a tempting idea, isn't it? But it's also incredibly dangerous, and it plants this little seed of poison right in Dorian's mind.
And yeah, there's a name for that idea. Hedonism. Lord Henry is its champion, and Dorian, who's suddenly terrified of his own beauty fading away, he becomes its #1 fan. This philosophy, it becomes the engine driving his entire downfall.
So, picture this. Dorian is standing in front of this perfect painting of himself, and he's just filled with this sudden panic about getting old. And with Lord Henry's ideas swirling in his head, he blurts out this crazy, reckless wish. He wishes the painting would get old and ugly with sin while he stays perfect. And, well, what do you know? The wish comes true.
So, boom, the wish is granted. But what happens next? I mean, with his conscience totally outsourced to a painting, Dorian is now free to do whatever he wants. He can chase any temptation, knowing that none of it will ever show on his face.
And his fall, man, it doesn't happen all at once. It's a slow burn. It starts small, with vanity, just being obsessed with how he looks. But that sours into cruelty. He starts breaking hearts and just doesn't care. From there, he dives headfirst into a life of pure excess and sin. And with every single bad thing he does, that painting in his attic gets a little bit more monstrous. A sneer appears on its lips, a coldness in its eyes. It's literally bearing the weight of his soul.
And through this whole journey, Wilde just forces you to grapple with these really deep questions, like, does a pretty face automatically mean a good person? Can a simple idea actually corrupt someone completely? And the big one, can you really truly get away with your actions, even if no one else can see the consequences?
So for years, Dorian lives this crazy double life. But you can only run from yourself for so long, right? Eventually, he can't even stand to look at the painting anymore. It's just this constant, horrifying mirror showing him the monster he's become. So in one last desperate moment, he decides there's only one way out. He thinks if he can just destroy the evidence, destroy the painting, he can erase his past and maybe, just maybe, get his innocence back.
But here's the thing. The portrait and the man, they're the same. When he stabs the canvas, he's really stabbing himself. The magic just violently reverses. His servants run in and find this beautiful, pristine portrait of a young man hanging on the wall, and on the floor, there's this withered, hideous body of an old man, and they can only tell it's him because of the rings on his fingers.
So why are we still so fascinated by this story? I mean, it's a Gothic novel from the 19th century, but it feels like it could have been written yesterday. Why does Dorian Gray still resonate so much?
Because at its heart, it's this incredibly powerful warning about our obsession with what's on the surface. It just completely demolishes the idea that looks are more important than character, or that being young is better than being wise. It's a timeless story about what happens when you live a life without any empathy or consequences. It's dark, it's brilliant, and it's something you will absolutely never forget.
For its sheer genius and powerful message, The Picture of Dorian Gray is an absolute must-read, a total 5-star classic.
And that kind of leaves us with one last nagging thought. In our world of social media filters, of perfectly curated online lives, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? If there were a portrait of you hidden away somewhere, one that showed the truth behind all the posts and the polished images, what would it look like?